Hey everybody, welcome to another night of Liquid Luxury. We've got a special show for you today, but first, let's introduce ourselves. This is Jeremy.
I am Jeremy.
This is Jeremy, and I am Don, and we are at Wisco Home Goods filming live on a Friday night. And our very special episode today, we're late getting it and getting organized for what we're doing here, but tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby. And so we are, well, maybe it's Sunday, I don't recall exactly.
This weekend is the Kentucky Derby.
And so we are going to make the Mint Julep. You've probably already had one. You've probably heard of them. They are a very famous drink. They are served in copious amounts at the Kentucky Derby especially. But I have a special twist for you. Our buddy Charles Schumann at American Bar, he doesn't make it the way most of us make it. I took a little quick look at the internet and found several different versions with small variations. This is the only time I've seen this particular recipe, and it is a Georgia style, which I know is a little sacrilegious with the Kentucky Derby and everything.
I do declare.
Yes. So Georgia style is made with, if Vanna, you could show our boozes. According to Charles Schumann, the Mint Julep Georgia style is made with apricot brandy, but actually it's not made with apricot brandy, it's made with peach brandy. But we're going to substitute in the apricot brandy. It is in the same fruit family. Also, I'm trying to be a little economical here, and you can see how much of the apricot brandy we've used so far. And this bottle is going to last for the next 35 years if we don't get a move on. So we're going to substitute in the apricot brandy for the peach brandy, and then we need brandy. And as we've said before, good old Wisconsin boys, we always prefer Corbel. The other ingredients are a little bit of mint, fresh mint. You can pick this up at the grocery store. And finally, sugar. It calls for 2 sugar cubes. I couldn't find cubes, so we're just going to use granulated sugar, same process. And of course, some ice. So we're going to start out with first, instead of 2 cubes of sugar, we'll just use 2 bar spoons of sugar. It's pretty close comparison there. And then we need a few mint leaves. You want to be sure to remove the leaves from the stem. I don't know if it's true, honestly, but I was taught that if you mash the stem, it can get a little bitter. So try to avoid that. Pull the stems off. That also makes a prettier drink. And then we're just going to muddle that.
No liquid in that for that?
Not according to Charles Schumann.
Well, Charles.
So we're just going to muddle this up. If this were cubes, you'd be crushing up the cubes.
It smells like summer.
Yeah. And I've got those nice and bruised there. Then we're going to top it off with ice. And you're just leaving that mint at the bottom, filling the glass with ice all the way to the top. Don't be shy about the ice. Then I need 1/4 ounce of my apricot brandy here.
Slash peach.
Slash peach. So we've got our 1/4 ounce of apricot brandy.
Does that measure a 1/4 ounce?
It doesn't quite. I have to do kind of a guesstimation of how much I need. It does measure a 1/2 ounce, so I use about half of the 1/2 ounce, give or take. But if you've ever watched a bartender in a hurry, you know that measurements don't matter that much anyway. All right, and then I just need 1.5 ounces of brandy. There we go. Then I'm just going to give that a little stir. If you were at home, you could just have, a straw or a cocktail stick here and stir that up real quick. And you garnish with a little sprig of mint. That's it. That is the Mint Julep Georgia style. Okay, ready? All right, we are ready to taste this puppy. Again, this is the Mint Julep Georgia style. Cheers.
Cheersies. Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think one thing I'm learning here is that I'm not that much of a fan of apricot brandy.
True. She seems to have killed the entire drink.
Yeah, like that little bit of apricot brandy, and I just don't even want to really take another sip.
And I mean, maybe someday we'll reprise this episode and we'll try it with peach, but call me a traditionalist, as most people do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of, that little extra splash ruins it a bit. Like, give me some sugar and mint and brandy all day long.
Yeah, I mean, give me sugar, mint, and bourbon all day long. Like, I think that's also playing into it, is just the use of brandy instead of bourbon.
Maybe that's what's throwing me.
So,
silly brown liquors.
Yeah. Do we want to try one with brandy or bourbon? We could do that. There are no rules here, so
stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and I'll be getting one ready with bourbon. I'll be taking. Well, let's do it for the next episode, actually, because that'll be a full episode. So.
Spoken like a true content creator.
Yeah. Hashtag dreams. So, all right. I think we can wrap things up here. Not a big fan, got to be honest. The brandy's a little harsh. The apricot brandy just gives it something that we don't like.
Not sure where the sugar or the mint went in there.
Disappeared in the flavor profile.
It's just gone.
Yeah. So there you have it. The Mint Julep Georgia style. And that's another night of
Liquid Luxury.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Toodaloo. Is there a state that really likes apricot?
There's not like a state that
In
I'm aware
Alabama.
of. It's a Georgia style, not Alexander. Everything's in Alexander. Everything.
We're making the Alexander 36.
So let's go back. Where was I?
We're going to talk about the booze, brandy.
Yeah. Let's start over with the booze and the brandy. So the Georgia.
It is Georgia.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to try to call it the Mint Julep Georgia style. There we go.